This time it's our tour of the Netherlands. Finally, after 2 years of delays, our trip to the Netherlands was on. All the preparation went really well until Tom threw a great big spanner in the work and said he didn't want to take his Dalen because that was all ready to go and been prepped. No, he wanted to take his scooter because then he could carry his girlfriend around Holland. Brilliant. Now he told us this with 24 hours to go, so no great panic there. We were able to change the oil at least, which is about the only service we could do on it. But as for everything else, I said he was just going to have to cross his fingers and hope that the belt held out, because I had no idea just how old that drive belt was. And so it was that we found ourselves moving southward fairly steadily towards the ferry at Harwich, with the scooter performing excellently. Hopefully. Go on then, Tom. That's probably it. Probably the boat. Let's see if we get stopped. They'll probably stop Tom for being, spotty faced oink, isn't it? As it turned out, I was completely right. Tom was the only person they actually searched. Oh Tom, you old delinquent. And so after Tom's cavity search, no, not really, we waited and waited and waited some more to be loaded upon the boat. Then the sun went down, and finally, after they'd loaded most of the cars, they decided to let the motorcycles on. The roadway leading up to the boat had the worst camber I've ever encountered in my entire life, and this was really unpleasant on a heavy, overloaded bike too up. Riding up the ramp onto the ferry by comparison was child's play.
Oh, this is going to feel bad.
Great, now we've just got to park up, tether the bikes to the deck and find a way to the cabin. You've only got a few hours, so it's best to hit the cabin as soon as possible and get a good night's sleep. The morning. Time to clamber aboard your bikes and get off the boat. I have to say this is slightly chaotic when compared to other boats that I've been on, but no matter, we're on motorcycles, so pushing away to the front shouldn't be a problem at all. You. Good God, I've missed riding abroad. I've forgotten how much I enjoy it. There is something about it though I really didn't enjoy, and that is the fact that you've got to queue for some time before you can actually get through customs and actually onto the road and enjoy your holiday.
I have got it ready, so shut up.
Right,
Oh, thank you.
What's the reason of your visit?
Leisure. We're touring round.
Finally we get out to the port. This is Tom's first time actually riding abroad, and first time driving on what we would regard as the wrong side of the road. Of course, there's some debate about that one. If you are riding abroad for the first time, just take your time and get used to the fact that the roads are going to be that little bit different, and get accustomed to the general way that the roads move. Don't go tearing around and treating the world like a racetrack. It won't get you very far. And if you're in a group, do stay in formation, particularly if one of you is less experienced. Now the boat arrives early morning, so there's no point heading straight to the hotel. After all, you can't check in for hours. So we find our way to the National Military Museum of Holland. This is a great place to visit, I heartily recommend it. Although, for us, it was the first time we'd been there. Opened in 2014, the Nationaal Militair Museum is found in Salzburg, the Netherlands, and in fact it's just a few miles from the centre of Amsterdam. The top level includes a range of displays, some of which are interactive and some of which are just visual, and these encompass the whole history of the Dutch military. Most impressive, of course, is the huge glass atrium. This encompasses most of the building, and it contains the vast majority of the larger exhibits. And it contains everything from military motorcycles. Motor Guzzi V50, used to have one of those. Right through to tanks and other military vehicles of various sizes. One of the more interesting exhibits is the Sherman, which has clearly spent some time on a firing range. On the subject of firing ranges, there's a huge range of guns from Victorian era machine guns to World War I and beyond, heavy artillery, to the massive artillery of the Cold War era. The museum has a fair number of aircraft on display, including this pre-war German flying boat, and quite a lot of World War II era American aircraft, such as the Mustang. Post-war, it's clear to see that the Dutch bought quite a lot of British equipment, including the Meteor, as well as these naval Seahawk and Sea Fury aircraft. There's a very nice Vietnam War era Super Sabre on display, and the museum brings us right up to date with its display model of an F-16. So after an enjoyable and very educational few hours, it's back on the bike and head over to Amsterdam, which would of course be our first stay on this trip.
Yeah. Well, this kind of relaxed riding, not really pushing hard, just riding. Always love doing stuff like this. Oh, what just beeped? Was that you or me? Dad? Yeah, that's yeah. I've got a beep. I wonder if I'm running out of power on my intercom. We didn't charge him last night, did we? Just left at the roundabout anyway. Well, I won't be able to hear you, will I? There's got a beep, so somebody's got a low charge. We're still green, go on. Yeah, something's bleep, got a buzzy noise. Yeah, it keeps going boop. It must be a low battery. Have you just gone off? Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, something of a cautionary tale. When we stop for fuel, we'll find that a lot of petrol stations in Holland are automated, in other words, there isn't a member of staff there. What we found was that both myself and Tom's cars were rejected, which was a little bit annoying. More annoying still, and slightly worrying, was when we checked our bank accounts later, we found that £135, approximately €155, had been requested. This is perfectly normal, and they didn't actually take the money, but it was a bit of a scare. So what I would advise, just for simplicity's sake, Particularly if you're British, if you're going to visit Holland, if you're going for fuel, it's much easier if you just visit a petrol station that's actually manned.
Go forward a bit, give more room. It's boat going through. Push switch off a minute. It's boat going through, so the bridge is up.
There's a Mustang back there.
Yes, I know. I saw it, yeah.
I want to hop off and have a look at it. Yeah, Mum.
You alright?
Yeah.
Tell you what, it's better off the motorway, isn't it? It's really pretty down here.
This scooter be really shit on the motorway. I think it'd be properly windy one miles back.
Like, there's more swimming.
Yeah. The one the one on the left. It's gorgeous, wasn't it?
Like that road is just like the line of trees either side.
Could be a nice cafe near that lake. It'd be very cool, wouldn't it? Be super cool.
Like that place with the like trees either side.
Yeah, nice, isn't it? Nice and cool and all the trees as well. Okay. You know, got your shade thing down. Sunglasses. Can you see?
Yeah.
I'd drop your thing. It's much better.
I like it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a big waterway actually. It's a gorgeous day now. We need to find somewhere to eat, don't we?
Oh, so here can mopeds go on cycle lanes?
Mopeds can. Yours couldn't because it's not a moped. It's too big. But yeah, the mopeds do. Yeah. Have you noticed? And the electric bikes do as well. The electric scooters, but they don't wear crash helmets, do they? Which seems a bit crazy bad.
Quite cool though. Like you're allowed to go on like those.
Yeah, they've got these pathways like this all the way. I mean, all through Holland you get these cycle lanes that we don't.
Essential, because if a moped can only go, I imagine it's the same speed here then. It's going to go like 35s.
Yeah. Beliefs.
I'd find it way better useful.
And so ends part 1 of our Holland trip. Look out for part 2. We're going to be visiting Amsterdam. Wild times. If you enjoyed that video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. And of course, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.